The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I to the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu preparest a table before I, in the presence of my enemy them. Unu anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of my life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah carry my way. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the family. That is what we do literally here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, and we subject that to some good amount of forensic scrutiny. Right after that, we pick up the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Now today we have a number of issues to look at, and I'm most excited to be with you. Do me a favor, please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Today our itinerary is heavy, heavier than lead. And again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, it is time to do that and hit on the notification button so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. At the same time, you can find us on X, formerly called Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram. We are also on TikTok, where we are taking and talking with the hands of patriotism. And I give you the patriotism salute. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and here we speak truth to power, my brother, my sister. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. In case you have a story you want us to follow up on, I am more than just excited to do that. I am your humble servant. Send me on any errand, and I am gladly able to do that. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. I welcome you. One more time, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please spend just 1 second and hit on the subscription button. Hit also on the notification button so that when we are on, you would be reminded to watch us every time. This is the headquarters of the truth. And today we have 3 very important issues to look at, and is heavy. Can we go straight into action? Story number 1. Watch this, my youth. Alhaji'S wife Rashida under heavy investigation. Please take off the apostrophe S. Alhaji'S wife Rashida under heavy investigation. Alhaji'S wife Rashida under heavy investigation. Now, my brother, my sister, we all know who Rashida is. She used to work with Metro TV. Before Metro TV, she worked with Radio Savannah and a few other media houses. Right now, she's a boss of her own. She has a radio station and some other such media outlets. She was born on the 25th of April in 1980, right there in Tamale. She always wanted to be on top of a game, which is very applaudable. She comes from a polygamous home, her mother being the first wife, and naturally within that polygamous home, there was so much competition. She always told friends that she would be the one to bring honor to her mother. And at a very young age, she was more than just interested in pushing for glory. This is Rashida Sani. She got married to a banker, a former regional minister's son. And they had a really good time. They made some beautiful children. And then the marriage fell on the rocks. And we all know why the marriage fell on the rocks. A certain guy called Kwabena Edu-Boahene jumped into the fray and started throwing money on Rashida. We are told that they both agreed that they would leave off their spouses, so they will come together as an item to become a husband and a wife. Edu-Boahene decided that it was time to do that. Rashida went ahead and left her husband, but Edu-Boahene couldn't easily do that because church pastors and bishops were not ready to let that marriage go. They kept on counseling them over and over. And when Rashida realized that, wow, she had left her husband, lost her marriage, but Edu-Boahene was still holding on to his marriage. Despite being compensated over and over, she felt she should patch up her marriage. And we are told that family meetings they organized, and then the husband told them point blank that, listen, I did not ask my wife to go away. She decided to pack up and then leave. So if she's coming back, I don't have a problem. I'm ready to accept her back. If she wants to apologize, no problem. If she doesn't want it to, no problem. And this is the husband. He's simply called Lennon. Some people call him Anas. Depending on how you want to call him, he would always respond. He's now a retired banker. In fact, early retirement. He's pushed it out and he is a farmer. That's Rashida's ex-husband. My brother, my sister, that beautiful marriage fell apart. We are told allegedly because of one Kwabena Edu-Boahene who started showering money on this gentleman's wife. Now, as it stands right now, she got a lot of contracts by her relationship with Kwabena Edu-Boahene. We told you that in 2024, he had 2 contracts given to Rashida Sani. What were the contracts? My brother, my sister. Now, the first contract came via Raw Limited, and it was worth 15 million American dollars, 654,255. And we are talking American dollars. And she was supposed to supply vehicles. And this was in 2024. In less than 2 months, another contract hit the same Rashida from the same Kwabena Edu-Boahene's outfit, NSB, National Signals Bureau. And that was even worth more. Izal Limited picked up that, and both companies and even more are owned by Rashida Sani, Alhaji'S wife. And this one was close to 24 million American dollars. In all, about 39 million American dollars. And she was supposed to provide or supply Gota security phones. And the contract said that she was supposed to supply 15,000 of those Gota phones worth 1,550 American dollars each. And that is the total sum. She got other contracts with the NCA by the kind courtesy of her relationship with the man called Kwabena Edu-Boahene, who presently is standing trial. Now, many people have asked me, how is Rashida wrong with this? Now, it has come to pass and established that Kwabena Edu-Boahene, according to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice and investigators, that he was nothing but a common thief who had stolen millions of Ghana money. And some of the money has been traced to Rashida Sani. Now, if you are caught with stolen money, you are a person of interest in the name of Ghana. That is why we are interested in this story. My brother, my sister. Now, KPEBU, as it stands right now, his driver has decided to turn around against him in court to testify against him. His former director of Advantage Solutions has also U-turned against him and is now a prosecution witness against him. And this is the person we are talking about. Her name is Mildred Donko. That is not all, my brother, my sister. His own lawyer, and we are talking about Atachia of Zoe, Achia and Co., has also U-turned and left him stranded in the middle of the courtroom to his own humiliation. Now, if all these people are running away from one man, who is going to come to his aid? My brother, my sister, KPEBU is the most uncomfortable man on earth right now. He himself is 1 year younger than Rashida. But who doesn't want a beautiful chick? Let's leave the romance aspect away and get into the nitty-gritties of today's story. My brother, my sister, Alhaji'S wife, Rashida, under heavy investigation. Now, we told you that she has an outfit right here in Accra called Alhaji'S wife, and it's a wache hop. What is wache? Rice and peas. It was opened on the 23rd of December, and a lot of people go there to eat good wache, customized wache. So many people love Alhaji'S wife, and that name was suggested to her by KPEBU, and he supported her to open up the place. Now, how did the name come up? Rashida was married to a man called Anas, aka Lennon, and this is a Muslim. And in Accra, almost every Muslim is called Alhaji by people who don't know too much what Alhaji is. For them, once you are a Muslim, you are fit to be called Alhaji. So that's how they came by the name, Alhaji'S wife. And it's a wache hop. Presently, as it stands, one of Rashida's sisters is the one taking care of the place and preparing some really good wache. If you have time, please go patronize the hot wache there. Many people love it. Unfortunately, I don't eat fish and all that come as accompaniments to the wache, so I have never tried it. My brother, my sister, this is Alhaji'S wife, Rashida Sani. Now, on Friday, we posted that Rashida Sani was alleged to be in the United States of America, and that she was somewhere around Florida. And it didn't look like she was in a hurry to come home. And it looked like she wanted to bring her children over to be with her. It looked like she was running away. But we also added that we will be quite surprised under normal circumstances if she returns home immediately. Come here. My brother, my sister, having heard this, Rashida Sani quickly posted on her Facebook page this. And it says, earlier today, Fati took me shopping at Burberry, Makola. And there she is standing there with a face mask. Why that is necessary, I don't know. Maybe coronavirus is about to come again, or maybe there's too much dust around the area. My brother, my sister. This is Rashida Sani standing with somebody she calls Fati that most of you would know. And she posted that the day that we did the show, in fact, she actually was in Ghana. And when you look at the post, you will see that it says Rashida Sani is at Accra Airport Hills. And these photos say that she was in Makola. All right. I am glad that she says she's in Ghana. It's good news, so that at least we would be able to investigate. But is she truly in Ghana? Can I remind you of this Chinese woman called Aisha Huang? Do we all remember Aisha Huang? Now, Aisha Huang became the poster queen of Galamsey right here in Ghana. She terrorized Ghanaians on the Galamsey pit. We are told by a lot of reports that Aisha Huang even caused the death of a number of Galamseyers who worked for her or dared step on her toes. She was arrested. We made a lot of noise in the media. And then she was allegedly deported, sent back to China. In just a few weeks, Aisha Huang found her way into the country. As to what passport she used, whether she came by submarine or whether she fell from another planet into the country, even the president of the Republic of Ghana was shocked at the way Aisha Huang entered the country. And look at it. This was what the president said then. I am not still sure whether she was in fact deported or whether she fled the country the first time and has now come back or whatever. There still seems to be some uncertainty about it. Hallelujah. The president of the republic does not know how a criminal Chinese woman was able to leave this country and return. Which of our borders did she use? But this is the first time we are hearing that people leave our country through routes that are unauthorized. So if Rashida Sani tells us that she is in the country, okay, it only makes our work more interesting. So I went round looking for the travel history of Rashida Sani. From 2024, just before Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's party, the NPP, the demonic NPP left power. And under the NPP, her supposed spouse or boyfriend or side guy, Kobna Edubuahini, was the Almighty. He could make and unmake any human being in Ghana through kidnappings, stealing, robbery, and whatever. Kobna Edubuahini. Now let us look at the travel history of Rashida Sani. And I'm going to drop a bombshell. She says she's in Ghana, right? We appreciate that. It only makes our work sweeter. Now watch this. Alhaji'S wife, Rashida Sani's travel history. Now let's start from the bottom part. Or better still, let's start from the top so that it makes it sweeter. Now when you look at it, she departed Accra for Dubai. And she went via Emirates. EK788 was the flight number. She arrived in Dubai. And then she returned to Accra. My brother, my sister, on the 10th of the 10th month in 2024. 10th October 2024, and it was at 11:22. Beautiful. So we see how she left Accra, went to Dubai, and from Dubai, she came back to Accra. Now let's look at the next time she traveled, allegedly, as documented by the authorities. She flew from Accra to Abidjan on the 19th of November 2024 at 6:43. As you can see, we don't know whether she arrived in Abidjan or not. Where she went from Abidjan is never documented. Where she entered and where she came out, we don't know. Authorities don't know. This is so deep, and I need you to follow this. Now, she mysteriously returned to Accra on the 20th. That's the day after she flew to Abidjan. Now, on the 20th of 11, she was in Accra. And she was flying to Addis Ababa. We don't know whether she arrived in Addis Ababa or not. Whatever happened, we can't tell. Then, there is another record which says she flew via BA, that's British Airways. And the flight number is BA081 from London to Accra. Where did she fly from? What are the records? My brother, my sister, according to the reports, and this that we have, the last time she flew was on the 25th of December, 2024, Christmas Day. She flew via BA, British Airways, 078 from Accra to London. She arrived in London after flying from Ghana at 10:24 p.m. in the night. She arrived in London, and less than 24 hours later, she was on her way back to Ghana. She's a businesswoman. Maybe she just went there, and right at the airport, she gave something to somebody, or hacked somebody, or just said, "Hi, how are you, London?" and sat back in a plane and came back to Ghana. When was the check-in done? What was the arrival like? What did she go to do? My brother, my sister, there are a lot of things here that investigators are looking at to find out where the missing boxes fit and whether we are speaking the truth or we are lying. Can I tell you more? Now we will return to this travel history of Rashida Sani again. Now, when Rashida Sani is flying out of the country, she uses a lounge called the CIP. And the CIP means commercial important person. Commercial important person. In fact, it's bigger than the VIP. And at the so-called Kotoka International Airport, this is what the CIP looks like. And to enter here, how much do you pay? $300 American. When you enter here, you will get a drink whilst you are waiting for your flight. You don't have to go and register anything at the immigration. Somebody would pick your passport, take it to the immigration, get it stamped, and everything done. As to how they are able to take the pictures, because at the immigration, they take a photo of you. Whether they bring their cameras to the CIP or not, I don't know, because I have never gone through the CIP. Right after that, they bring the passport to you and ask you, "Sir, do you want some more drink?" If you say yes, they give that to you. And then when your flight is ready, you don't have to mix up with anybody. They bring a car and pick you up from there and drive you straight into the tarmac where the plane is about to fly. And then you enter quietly. Nobody sees you. And it's open to everyone who has the cash. It's not only for big men, but if you have $300 American, you can get into this thing called the CIP. And these are official videos and footages coming from the airport authorities. My brother, my sister, this is the CIP. Now, if you happen to use McDonald's private jet, over there the CIP is $200 American. Depending on which one you want, what kind of luxury you want, is on to you. How can we get people coming into this country and going out and their details are not seen? Is it that there's some kind of bribery so that people intentionally do not have their travel histories recorded? Is there something fishy? Can I tell you more? Are you ready for more? Dash this away. Now, Rashida Sani used to travel with a passport that expired in 2021. That passport expired in 2021. And this is the passport. I have intentionally blurred the passport number and some other details like that. This is the passport, Republic of Ghana. And when you look at the expiry, it's 2021. She had it somewhere in 2016. That was what she was flying on. My brother, my sister, and my investigation show that she now flies on 2 different passports. And one of them, this is the shocker, is a diplomatic passport. This is the diplomatic passport. Diplomatic passport under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Kwabena Edubuahene was able to team up with her and make sure that she had a diplomatic passport. Who qualifies for a diplomatic passport? Under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, charlatans, thieves, all had diplomatic passports, including Kwabena, what's his name? Reverend Kwabena Edu, whatever his name is, in Kumasi. My brother, my sister, thieves, lobsters, idiots, all have diplomatic passport. I'm not saying Rashida is one of those. All I'm saying is that under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the diplomatic passport became a toilet paper. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry who had money on the street could get a diplomatic passport. And look at the name. Rashida Nasamu Sani, or better still, Nasamu Rashida Sani. Maybe when the divorce happened, or whatever happened, the separation, she went for another passport. And this is that passport. And this passport would expire in 2034. She acquired it in 2024. So 10 years, my brother, my sister. And according to the investigations, if she wants, she flies with this. She wants, she flies with that. We call on the authorities to investigate this. Is it legal for a person to have two passports? How did Rashida get her diplomatic passport? Is it of public interest? Or is it jealousy? Maybe Blakk Rasta is jealous that Reverend Kwabena, whoever in Kumasi, had one. Idiots had some. And today a lot of them are being fingered for corruption in this country. No wonder. When a black one came into power, under John Dramani Mahama, they decided to cancel all diplomatic passports. Rashida flew in and out of this country via a diplomatic passport. And if she wanted, she could also fly on the other passport. Now the travel history. How did she enter some places without showing arrival? And how did she leave? And all of a sudden we saw her in another country, but we didn't know where she flew from. Or did she use the Ghana card? Can you fly to America with a Ghana card? We throw the questions. And we expect the authorities to go into this and look deep into the history, so that at the end of the day, it's all in the interest of God and country. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, she has become somebody of serious interest in the robbery and stealing of Kwabena Edubuahene. And authorities, I am told, have started investigations. Now, when they start investigations like that, this is what you will begin to see. In the case of Hanan Abdul Wahab, in the case of Gifty Owari, and all those alleged criminals who have stolen our money with no mercy, they will put them on a stop list. That means they can't fly out of the country from when the investigations start, or just before the investigations. And then they would also freeze their accounts. In the next edition, my investigations will tell you whether, if she's truly in Ghana, or in America, or wherever she is, because it's been proven that she can enter and leave without authorities capturing information. Again, she is a diplomat of the Republic of Ghana. She flies under the banner and auspices of the Ghana flag. So whatever she does out there, in fact, hits Ghana immediately. She flew out of the country at 10 p.m. tonight, close to 11 p.m. 6-hour flight all the way down to the United States of, I beg your pardon, to London. 6-hour flight. So 10 or 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 4 hours later, she was flying back to Ghana. What happened? What did she do? At the airport, sometimes it takes you 2 hours to even leave. How long would it take you to check in your bags again? Or you didn't bring bags. How long would it take you to even check in, even if you didn't have a bag? And she was able to catch the flight at 9. Those of you who travel, you know what we're talking about. It's for us all to debate and for the investigative body to jump into this and see exactly what made Rashida Sani so busy just around the election time, flying left, right, and center, in and out of the nation. What was she really doing? We have some of the answers, but we're going to keep that and expect that authorities would come out with that, because it is all in the interest of Ghana. We don't want to hinder any investigations. In fact, we have a lot of information, but we'll keep this here for the time being. Remember where you heard it first. She has a diplomatic passport, another valid passport, my brother, my sister, and she could decide which one to use at any time. When we spoke with immigration authorities, what did they tell us about a man who has 2 passports is criminal? 2 Ghanaian passports that you can flip and use intervals. We want authorities to look into this and see exactly what she was doing. Did Edu collaborate with her to do some of these shenanigans? We need answers to all this. In the interim, it's a public interest issue. It's a case of stealing from the people of Ghana. My money is included, yours is included, and it behoves us to come out as a people to ask questions. And these are the questions we are asking. My brother, can I tell you more? Or should I halt it here? You want to hear more? Come here! Remember, we showed you a video of Rashida Sani's house. Do you remember that video? How did we get it? Did we break into a house? Did we go there with guns? This is a photo of the house. The front of the house, the frontage. Look at the Olympic-sized swimming pool. Blue and beautiful, so sexy. Kama Sutra will be best in this pool. And look inside there. This is the waiting place. It's fully air-conditioned. It's exotic. In fact, the Queen of England would cringe at this luxury. Can I take you through the video? Watch the video. Oh, Jesus, have mercy. Look at the fireplace. Look at the beauty. Look at the energy. Look at how exquisite the whole environment is. My brother, my sister. Oh my God. This is my dream house. Hallelujah. If you have this kind of house, for 10 years you would not even think about walking out of the house for fear that your skin might just, come in contact with some bad vagaries of the weather. Hallelujah. And look at the eating place. In fact, even if you are not hungry and you sit on this table, you would eat. Lights don't go off here. And this is Airport Hills. That is where Blakk also lives. We are told. And he says the house is not his. Remember when he was vetted? My brother, my sister, This is the place. It's exquisitely beautiful. Exquisitely flamboyant. Can I say it again? Exquisitely flamboyant. And when you look at the carpet, you look at the tiles on the floor, you don't need a mirror. This is Rashida Sani's place. Cut it. Don't go too deep. I don't like it to go beyond this. Cut it. This is the house. Look, can I tell you something? She is selling the house. She is selling this house. That's where I will end. I won't tell you more. She has some other houses she's selling. Okay, let's take it for granted. She is into real estate. So she builds and sells, buys and sells. Many more properties she is selling. Is she trying to quickly sell them? And I hear authorities are talking with her. Is she also going to come for a plea deal and leave out Kwabena Edubuahin to himself and his destiny? After all, his pastor has left him, his lawyer has left him, his former manager left him, his driver left him. The only person who is standing by him now, and it may be under duress, I don't know, is his wife. Maybe out of love. My brother, my sister, the only man who is still standing out in is Rashida Sani. Are authorities going to find a way of bringing her into the offices to talk to her about being a prosecution witness? It might be the wisest thing to do. Remember where you heard it first. It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. As the days go by, we have more. Anybody who has touched Ghana's money, pray we don't hear. Once we hear, we shall follow. And I'm loving this family. We are getting so much information. So much information. And we are running after every piece of information. All in the interest of God and country. As you pray, continue to pray for me too. It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. In the name of the diplomatic visa, hey-ya! Diplomatic passport, hey-ya! Diplomatic people, hey-ya! Hey-yo! Woyo!
Blackport, Kukushonemo.
It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, this is the headquarters of the truth. It's all about God and country. And also remember that here we never criticize unless it's for one and one only reason: to build and not to destroy. This is where the truth lives. And remember, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are ready to do very good business with you. And if you have a story that you want us to follow up on, and some of the stories are so nauseatingly dangerous and horrendous, Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We're waiting to hear from you. And again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please hit on the subscription button, because in the coming days, as my friends in TI Ahmadiya Secondary School, Kumasi, where I attended, would say, Empire, a big job. It's all in the interest of God and country. And thanks so much to all those who have given us information and continue to give us information. We are becoming more and more patriotic as citizens. Send your comments in, subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification button. Please, we are on Facebook, also on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, on X, formerly called Twitter, and also on TikTok, where we keep ticking and talking with the salutes of patriotism. Okay? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Corrupt KISSI AGYABENG must go now. And this is lawyer Martin KPEBU. Martin KPEBU. How many of us know Martin KPEBU? I love him. This guy was born on the 15th of October in 1978, 4 years after I was born. So he's my little brother. He went to school right there in my hometown, Tamale. He went to St. Charles Minor Seminary. He speaks Dagbani better than me. He's called Martin KPEBU. First time I heard him speak Dagbani, in fact, I quivered. I shrank into a little ball that could fit into the belly of the little fish called Kamfra, as boasted by the Asante king at the time, under Opoku Frede, the warrior of Asante mine. This is Martin KPEBU. He's a very fearless lawyer. In 2007, after he finished studying law at the University of Ghana, whose very beautiful logo you see in the background, he went straight to the bar where he was called 2007. He has helped modeling some of our laws in Ghana, and he's a fearless dude. Can I say it again? He's a fearless dude. This man here, born in 1978, speaks his mind. He claims that KISSI AGYABENG is more corrupt than his boss, the guy called Kenneth Nanayao Oforiatta, aka Ken Oforiatta, the erstwhile finance minister of the Republic of Ghana, who everyone found so nauseating and wanted out. At the end of the day, his big cousin, the president of the republic, decided to promote him at the chagrin of the whole nation. This man is truly the mother serpent of corruption, borrowing the words of Martin Hamidu. My brother, my sister, Martin KPEBU claims that the OSP, in other words, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, has become a crime scene, and that he and his colleagues are writing a petition to the president to have this guy here removed. Now, for those of you who don't know, come here. Martin KPEBU himself was an ardent fan of the NPP and a member, until Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo made the party so nauseating, and he decided to leave, all in the interest of Ghana, all in the interest of God and country. This is Martin KPEBU. He says that the OSP is now a crime scene. You know what that means? Criminals meet there and engage in crime. And that when he starts, and we start the investigation, in fact, the whole Office of the Special Prosecutor will blow up and go up in flames. Let's listen to him. Talk to my colleague Alfred Okanse on TV3. Listen to him.
You see, last week I told you that I suspected collusion between KISSI AGYABENG and Ken Ofori-Atta.
Why?
There you have it. You see, Beshi or Popo Blibli has caught KISSI AGYABENG to come and confess. You heard the statement. He said he watched Ken Ofori-Atta leave. He watched leave. He was powerless to prevent it. He went to immigration service, didn't get help. He went to NIB, didn't get help. When the obvious answer and the best was around, that tell the sovereign, the owner of the country, the ultimate decider of things in this republic, that is the people of Ghana. That is the people of Ghana. Look, Mr. Okanse, let's not forget, KISSI AGYABENG is a first-class graduate of law. And KISSI doesn't understand the constitution, that the ultimate decider of major decisions in Ghana is the public. Inform the people. That is the preamble to the constitution. Sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana. Article 1, Clause 1. Sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana, and for whose benefit, blah, 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 the power is exercised. Then you go to Article 125. And then the other day, of course, Adam Senano added Article 35 for us. And even apart from using the word sovereignty, there are many other provisions of the constitution that show that when you have difficulty, go to the public. Transparency. I told you KISSI AGYABENG is more corrupt than Ken Ofori-Atta himself. The proof of it is in his connivance with Ken Ofori-Atta.
What's the evidence of the connivance you talk about?
That he himself, the statement, he says he watched Ken Ofori-Atta leave, and look at all the places he was going to.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. That's it and come here. Now, my brother, my sister, you heard the powerful lawyer, the man who was called to the bar, the GBA, in 2007. The same year, Kobna Edubwahine returned from the UK, where he was working with the Atkins to start working, or better still, to start robbing the national security. What is it that Martin KPEBU knows about KISSI AGYABENG that we don't? Now, KISSI AGYABENG himself was born on the 2nd of July, the same 1978. He's only a few months older than this man here called Martin KPEBU. And he's 4 years his senior at the bar. So if this man was in there in 2007, when was KISSI AGYABENG? 2003. He is a first-class law student who also attended Cornell University in New York. I always got it wrong. There was a day we're driving in front of Yale University in Connecticut in America. And a friend told me, oh, this is the school your OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutors, KISSI AGYABENG attended. And it stuck. I thought I had read it from somewhere. And I kept saying Yale University till somebody drew my attention to it. He actually attended Cornell University, right there inside New York in America. He's a lecturer. And he has his own law firm. Cromwell something. He told us that in fact the Office of the Special Prosecutor is making him poorer. He was richer than he is now. And I told him point blank, it's a lie, sir. Then maybe you were into some highway robbery. You are driving in a bulletproof car. Your budget is as huge as the Mississippi. Yes, we know that sometimes the budget comes late, but it still comes. So if you tell me that you are poorer than you used to be, the budget that you get What is it used for? Do we have their accounts audited? What is the Auditor General saying? How much is paid to who? We are told here by Martin KPEBU, the big mouth lawyer, that he has 2 maid servants in his house. 2 maids. How much were you earning before you became special prosecutor? I'm interested in knowing. If that is making you poorer, then you might have discovered a gold mine before you became a special prosecutor. And again, if it's a source of complaint, if the kitchen is too hot, it's the black pot, aka Kukushonamo. And we are waiting for that so-called petition. What is in that petition? Should KISSI AGYABENG be removed? Is he working hard enough? From where I sit, I want to say that I see some work going on far better than Martin Hamidu. So I want to see more. Do I want him out? Yes, if only there is proof that the office has actually become a crime scene. I don't support criminals and crime. But if there's no proof, he should just be encouraged and pushed to do more. Martin KPEBU is a man that I respect. And I don't think he will just go out throwing words like that. I want to believe that he has enough grounds, enough evidence to dare the office of the special prosecutor. In fact, it's a long tape. We decided to cut it short. He talked about supposed criminal activities. How some people were removed left, right, and center in order for, dockets to be taken from one point to the other. We didn't want to bring it here because it's more of an allegation and we want to see it into action. Once the so-called petition comes out, we shall return and look at it better. In the interim, send your comments in. Let's see what is happening. And then we'll hit our last story. Is hotter than fire. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast. Hey ya! Hey yo! Wayo!
Skipper George. Black Pot. Kukushodomo.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo, and here we speak truth to power. Shall we look at your comments? Send them in via Facebook. Let them also come via YouTube. We'll go into both areas and bring them out and look at exactly what it is. Okay, so Delali Desire Kwame says, welcome Black Rasta. First comment, waiting for the truth. Benazu says, it's time. Akate Raymond says, my man of many paths. Patrick Nate says, Professor Blakk, preach, sir. We are all ears. Patriotism, not politics. Truth to power. Okay? More comments coming in. And this is Miles Montego. He says, sure. Jamilu Ibrahim says, Togbi Ajoka the fourth. Delali Desire is smiling, and Jamilu Ibrahim says, Nana Kweku Sasu Ankuma. Danny Fletcher says, good evening, Black Rasta. When you appear, the lies disappear. Indeed, you are light. That's why we have that beautiful lantern there. Thank you. To shine light into every darkness so darkness can flee. Okay? And this is Gibrin Cisse. Gibrin Cisse says, more blessings, sir. Amenuveve Oscar says, welcome, master. Omaiba Nana Nyansahini Angwa says, woyo. And Sedu Sufyan Labran says, bless up, Black Rasta. Always more fire. Patriotism, not politics. Allah bless you. More fire. Zion Genesis says, say it loud. Okay? And then, who is this? K says, I pray this new Chief Justice will look at the cry of Ghanaians and do the needful. How can an individual take national cakes without thinking of the poor people that voted them into power? Alhaji'S says, good evening, Black Rasta, watching you live. Oi, Black. Greet Shamima Muslim, Deputy Government Communications Director, and the husband, Alhaji Al-Hassan. Soli Ivan says, good evening, Black, speaking facts, not jandam. We don't know what that even means. All right? Alhaji is so excited about Shamima Muslim and the husband, Alhaji Al-Hassan, and wants us to greet them. Soli saying that we don't do jandam here. And Muhammad Ibrahim says, Black Rasta, you are too much fire. Bliss Abound says, bless up, Black, time for some truth. Okay? The truth would always flow. If for Yesu talk says, money ni money, or Maimba Nana Nyansahini Angwa says, Black, good evening. I remember this lady set me up when I was working as a fuel attendant. She secretly videoed me trying to find out why we didn't have fuel to sell to customers way back in 2015, 2016. Nationwide fuel shortage thing, right? She says, corrupt woman. Keep doing the good work, Black, watching you inside AGYABENG. But did you have fuel? And you are pretending that there was no fuel, like some of the filling stations do, to cause artificial shortage. If that was what was happening, then you don't have to cry. She did the work of Ghana. Unless it's otherwise, right? Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says he's watching with us. Abdul Mujib Dawat says, why Black Rasta. Okay. And the Lali Desire Kwame says, Mobuo, good boy. He says, reach out to the number. And then Mami Kuya Yale Fando says, tell us, Black Justice Tomorrow Cartoon says the only platform that speaks justice. Okay? Here we are. More comments coming in. Patience Ashley Sechi says, yes, we are. Conscious Agbemenu Ahosu says, we are more than ready for more, my guru. Greetings to everyone watching the show right now. Remember to share the live broadcast. Maxwell Kokroko Komla says, Black, more fire. I love your program. And we love you too. Just make sure you subscribe because we dare to be different, right? Delali Desire Kwame. See, I don't have any number. George Mills says, Class Ghana, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. VIP, Vagabonds in Power, CUP, that's C in Power. Okay? I know what you mean. Francis Gitonu says, good evening, Black. Roberto Carlos says, Black, I suggest the voice of the Patriot on Urban Blend should be on TV3. Good job, Black. What Ike says, Okay? All right, so more comments are going to be flowing very, very soon in the second batch, in the interim. If you have anything that you want us to follow up on, we are more than excited to do that, right? And if you want to do business with us, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Story number 3. Watch this. Afenyo-Markin reveals Nana Addo'S gay secrets. In 2023, the Vice President of America, under Joe Biden, a powerful black woman with some roots in Jamaica, Africa, and beyond, called Kamala Harris, came to our country. And when she arrived, it looked like she was on a gay agenda, LGBTQI plus agenda. She met with the president of Ghana, a Christian who wanted to build a house for God and ended up stealing our money, close to 100 million American dollars. And there's nothing to show except a very dirty hole and some barricade around it. My brother, my sister, when Kamala Harris arrived, she said one thing that will remain with us forever. She met with our president. 2023. What did she say? Kamala Harris, I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting the fighting for equality amongst all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change. This is Kamala Harris. But what issue was she really talking about? Equality amongst everybody? She expatiated it. She said, let me be clear about where we stand. First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including those related to the LGBT community. So, she talked about the LGBT, homosexuality, in a country that is so homophobic. And Nana Akufo-Addo knew that the woman was coming with money. He had messed up the economy, turned the whole country into a kleptodom. I'm getting that word notarized. Kleptodom, a kingdom of thieves. That's my own word. My brother, my sister, he turned our democracy into a kleptocracy, and that was not enough. He installed himself king of the kleptodom. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. When he heard the woman say this, and he looked at the check that was coming in, and how he needed that money, maybe to help sponsor Baomia's elections. This was what he said. He said, at the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, Parliament is dealing with it. That's the LGBTQ plus bill. And I have no doubt that Parliament will show, as it has done in the past, its sensitivity to human rights issues as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposal. My interest is at the end of the process, I will come in. Right after that, the woman signed a check, and the president stood like this, like a little house nigger, and was looking, stretching his neck to see how much figures were being put on the check. So he sold the conscience of the nation for that small check that he got. Kamala Harris left, went ahead and lost the elections, and it looks like she's in oblivion right now. We wish her a very good comeback, should she want to come back. My brother, my sister, Nana Addo started pussyfooting on the LGBTQI plus bill, the so-called anti-gay bill. And we have said it time and again here, why Nana Addo won't sign it. Because we are a country that has no mind of our own. We are controlled by the West. We are puppets of the West. As soon as we see a check or a plate full of food from the kitchen of the West, we lose all our conscience and common sense. If you say I am wrong, tell me that Blakk Rasta, you are an idiot. My brother, my sister, Kamala Harris went away. He took the check and blew the money. Now all those who stole in his regime, they have embarrassed him so much so that he doesn't want to come out in public anymore. He's wondering how they stole so much without him knowing. Now, he's out of power. He never signed the bill. There's pressure on the NDC to sign. And remember, we told you here that the NDC would not sign it. They can't sign it because they are all puppets eating from the pot of the white man. If they sign it, the white man would not give them food. My brother, I don't have a problem if Ghana decides to sign any bill. Even a bill to drop bombs on the people. As long as it is Ghana that sat down with a clear conscience, not under any duress, and came out with that. I prefer a stupid, independent decision to a wise, dependent decision. Please, somebody write this down for me. Please, somebody write this down for me. I prefer a bad, independent decision to a good, dependent decision. What does it mean? I sat on my own. I reasoned. Maybe I talked to some other people, took their ideas, and went and sat in my closet and took my own decision. No. I just went out there like an idiot, the moose that I am. And I asked people what I should do. They told me, and hook, line, and sinker, I decided to do exactly what people told me to do. No common sense. You are a puppet. You are a zombie. We are not against LGBTQI plus whatever. But we are against people forcing us to toe their line because we are idiots and don't think, and they are better than us and must force us to think. Or think for us better. How many people understand what I'm saying? A man who cannot take a decision for himself is a statue. Can you write it down? A man who cannot take a decision for himself is a statue. Even statues, they take a decision when the winds are so strong. They bow to the winds. They are better than a man who cannot think. Kofi Annan says that it is only a fool who cannot change his mind. Why is Blakk Rasta talking so much? Afenyo-Markin has come out to tell us why Nana Addo did not sign the bill. He revealed a big secret. What in secondary school you are told is that cat out of the bag. He's the minority leader in parliament, causing unpatriotic problems in parliament. Today in parliament, he was told and put in his place that he cannot just get up and speak because it's Afenyo-Markin and waste everybody's time. In Ghana, once you are called minority leader, it means you should make noise and oppose everything. It means don't bring common sense to the table. Just keep barking like a mad dog. And that's what these idiots are doing in parliament. These guys is idiots. No common sense. He himself was born in 1978 in May. So he's a young man as compared to somebody like Blakk Rasta. If we were from the same family, I'll call him and lash him and tell him, think. In this family, we think. We don't back. Lash him again and tell him, hey, Ginu. As we say in Takrade, excuse my French. You know what he said? He addressed Haruna Idrisu, an Alhaji, a Muslim whose religion is against LGBTQI+. But he told him point blank, something that Ghanaians are not seeing. Let us read between the lines. Run it by youth.
You supported, you were in the middle bank. You were their chief legal advisor. You supported it. Now you are running away. Mr. Speaker, it's okay. It's okay. Mr. Speaker will come next week. Reverend, definitely next week will come. God will give us life. Whether you like it or not, that bill, you pass it. And use your super majority to reject it. The education minister needs grants. He needs foreign aid. He needs support for his ministry. Now, do you like LGBT or not? You are vying for vice. You are vying for running mate. Do you like LGBT or not? Say it. Let's hear you on record. Education minister, you want a woman to be president. Possibly you be the vice president. Do you want LGBT? Say it. What is your position? Declare your position, Minister of Education. Sit.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker.
Thanks so much to the Parliament of Ghana. We got these recordings. You heard it. He mentioned two things. You want to be vice president. So you are pushing for a woman to become president so you can be vice president. How does this come into the equation? Put that aside for another day. But he says you need foreign aid. You need grants for your ministry. And you want to sign LGBT? Sign it! In other words, we did not sign it because we needed the foreign aid. We saw that our conscience, because we needed foreign aid, because we needed grants. Oh, what a useless people. What idiots. So because of food from crumbs from off the table, a man says that because we want to continue to be beggars, we must not think for ourselves. And these guys say they are educated. He's a lawyer too. It looks like now in Ghana, the people who are not thinking and not making sense are the so-called learned people, the lawyers. He's made it clear. My government did not sign it because we needed foreign aid. We needed grants for the ministry. So we refused to sign. And you, at the time, you gave us pressure to sign it. Now it's your turn. Tell me, do you need the foreign aid or not? Do you need the grants or not? Go and sign. We will make sure that you will sign and lose all the foreign aid and lose all the grants. That's what he's there saying. Why would the nation be so interested in begging? To the point that you cannot cry your own cry. You can't think your own thinking. You cannot be your own self. You hate gays, yet you want their money. What a useless people. And Afenyo-Markin has made it clear. Play that tape again. He is saying that, hey, you, education minister, and he's giving him some promotion. You want to be vice president. You. That's why you are pushing hard for the woman, that's the vice president now, to become president so that you become her vice. Tell me, do you like LGBT? You don't like it, right? But you like the foreign aid. You like the grants. Go ahead and sign it. We will force you to sign. Listen to him again.
You supported, you were in the middle bank. You were their chief legal advisor. You supported it. Now you are running away. Mr. Speaker, it's okay. It's okay. Mr. Speaker will come next week. Reverend, definitely next week will come. God will give us life. Whether you like it or not, that bill, you pass it. And use your super majority to reject it. The education minister needs grants. He needs foreign aid. He needs support for his ministry. Now, do you like LGBT or not? You are vying for vice. You are vying for running mate. Do you like LGBT or not? Say it. Let's hear you on record. Education Minister, you want a woman to be president. Possibly you be the vice president. Do you want LGBT? Say it. What is your position? Declare your position, Minister of Education. Sit.
And people are there clapping. Yeah. Wow. Clapping. This is a very serious issue that should not draw any laughter. My problem here is, as a nation, can we think for ourselves? Or we are controlled by the foreign aids and the grants? It looks like that is what it is. Once they dangle that carrot in front of us rabbits, we are ready to lose our conscience and run after the carrot, forgetting the deep trench right in front of us. It hurts me. I'm going to close with a saying of Sankara, and I love it. It says, the man who feeds you controls you. Come here, zoom into my face. Let me tell you. Watch this. The man who feeds you controls you. What is the importance of your independence if you are dependent in your mind? What is the importance of your independence when you are truly not independent? You are controlled by grants and foreign aids. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak truth to power. It's time to go. Before I leave you, let's see your comments. And we are done. Okay? Okay, send your comments via YouTube. Let them also come via Facebook. Kwabikwe says, and your point is, why is she not arrested then? You got the point clear. Investigation going on. Heavy investigation. Abdul Latif Mohammed, slave queens, all they use diplomatic passport in Ghana. Akosua Tina says, like seriously, hey, this Nana Addo Bawumia regime, things happen though. Miss Larry says, move of fire. Daniel Egbenu says, good evening, Black Rasta. I really like your outfit. Black, I think Rashida Sani is even saying that she needs to be in jail. She can testify to the fact that she needs to be in jail for at least 20 years. Well, we trust our investigators and our law courts and all that. Is all in the interest of Ghana. If she's clean, let her be clean. Okay? Kwabikwe says, remember Raymond Amankwa and the diplomatic passport when Nana Addo was the AG. Do we all remember? Daniel Egbenu says, Black, I really love the way you used to mention most of the names. This shows how learned you are, Black. Abdul Latif Mohammed said, the lady is fine. No wonder Edu Boyen Krabam. Ray Dando says, Black for a reason. Tay Clement says, good evening, Black. She was given a contract to provide cars and phones. Have those things been provided? Please go back to the rest of our stories. That question has been partially answered. Akosua Tina says, hey, we are suffering, paying tax for politicians to enjoy their lives. It's time for us, the young ones, to rise and fight for our future. Ken Colley says, fire Nkoten. Oja. Asaributo Maxwell Ayine says, hello. Good evening, my legendary Black. I hope you had a gracious weekend. We are ready to listen to you. Bring it on. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedokun. I hail you, Black Rasta. Jah bless and long live the Black Empire Media. Hello, Black. Have you ever visited Jamaica? Yes, I have. In fact, I shot a video in Jamaica. It's called Barbershop. Find time and check it out on YouTube. Yeah? A music video. Bori Issa says, kindly like the show. Joe Carr says, why is she hiding her face? Well, Anwar Sadat Larry says, Black Rasta, I am concerned about what is happening in Nigeria. Mr. Hippopo Trump is trying to disorganize the African country. We talked about it on Friday. Please check our broadcast and you will see what we said about it. Yeah? And we are still following the story. Prince Ajay says, more grace to Black Rasta. Joe Carr says, this woman might be a dangerous cartel. Well, investigators. Over to you. Atule Awini says, Wene. Hussein Awal says, Assalamu alaikum, Black Rasta. We thank Allah for this weekend. Mustafa Muhammad says, Black Rasta, watching you live from Italy. Update on Mustafa Hamid. Maybe tomorrow. Rap Thunder says, very deep investigation. Big hope for motherland Ghana. Christabel says, woman power. Elijah Eshan says, watching live from Delaware. Keep up the good work. Love your show. Emmanuel Ania says, I wonder if these investigations would even yield results. Yes, in this government. Yes, I can tell you that. Rap Thunder says, please, legendary. I last sent you some video on your WhatsApp number, but I didn't hear anything about that. Just to know whether you check it out or not. So send me a private message, the same private message you sent. Right? Through this, and let's see. What was it about? You know, this is about the 10th time you are asking about this. What is it about? So send, or better still, call. The number is on. Let's iron it up rather than you coming over and over. So we can iron it out and you rest and I'll rest. Right? Okay. So Rap Thunder, that is what it is. Okay? Anwar Sadat Larry says, my dear brother Black Rasta, kuku show them all. Rudolph Pasigiyem says, welcome, Black back, sir. I believe you had a marvelous weekend. Raskaba says, it is the black pot with Black Rasta. Inshallah, no size. Anwar Sadat Larry says, good evening, Black Rasta. May Allah Almighty bless you for being patriotic, and all of us are part of you. We support you and we stand by you. Billy Graham Donko says, miss you so much. I love your good work. God bless you so much. Oh, Ghana will remember you one day. Addo'S says, good evening, my professor. I am very late for the class today. And was that Larry said, feed us with the good foods in the black pot. Delary says, blessed black pot. Time's up. Raptor says, welcome, legendary Black. Stephen Jackson says, good evening to you, Mr. Black Rasta, and a very welcome from over the weekend. We are live in the Monday class. Please speak truth to power, my boss. Woyoy. Regina Addo'S says, hello, Black Rasta. Hope you had a great weekend. Chris Ohini Asante says, the only channel I watch in Ghana from Hanover, Germany, more than any other channel in Ghana. God bless you for the good work, Black Rasta. Chris, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Emmanuel Ania says, interesting things are happening in this country. Ketley Black says, you are welcome. Oh, the best man so far. Emmanuel Ania says, Black, your body language and gestures. That's what keeps me glued to you and your show always. Your storytelling ability is top notch. Salute. Adams Babshido says, more fire. Salute, Adam. And this is a salute of patriotism. Oh gosh. Love you. JDSGH says, greetings, Black. We are live. Woyoy. Emmanuel Ania says, welcome back, Black. I hope you got some interesting and exclusive from the weekend, of course. And we got more. We got more. We are always working. My brother, we have more. Inshallah, we must rescue this country. This country has been so depraved. The presidency has become a crime scene. Inshallah, we must rescue this nation. Somebody went to Mecca with stolen money. Everybody has a diplomatic passport. In the days of Nanado, everybody had a diplomatic passport. Right from Shoeshine boys, all the way down to Goro boys. It was for sale on the market. And people could fly all over. Okay, so Wooly says more fire. Muhammad Prosper says more fire. And Anwar Suleimana says, this is where we speak truth to power. If you are a Ghanaian thief, pray we don't hear. Ben Azu says, keep the fire burning under the black pot. Patawo says, please subscribe. Ruth Jo Benuku Eja Ebate says, please share, and share. All right? Justice. Tomorrow, Khartoum says yes. Raymond Saba says nice. Francis Jitonu is laughing like a killer. Nikolai says criminals called it money the talk. Tomorrow, Justice Khartoum says more fire. Okay? More comments. Joe Nokojo Eson says, following you since 30 days. Love you, Rasta. Patawo says, she must be arrested. Tompo says, how are you today, my brother? Blakk. I hope all is well with you by grace. How about my brother? Can you please update us on the case of Woyome and some other people and all that? Don't worry, man. We'll go to all those things and update you on that. We touched on the Woyome thing from last week. We're going to get deeper. It's the Blackport, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers anytime you want to contact us. We are here for you in the service of God and country. When you say a prayer, say one for me. I love prayer. And for such time, when we meet again tomorrow, I want to give you a salute of patriotism. I love you and I appreciate you. Salam Nacho! Wayo!
Power